fun behind it, because that's what skateboarding is really all about. With competition, there's you want to get serious because you're like, oh, I have to get this, I have to do that, I have to make sure these lines are good, I have to get this trick, and you become so focused and you lose track of the fun. And that skateboarding is really about releasing all the negative energy and getting that refilling of the positive and feeling strong and walking away feeling like a better person because you went out and you did something today. You rode a skateboard, you broke a sweat. Whether you landed your trick or not, you were out there going for it. And people need to go for it more than just sit on the couch and think about it, you know? Tip on consistency is just really learning how to turn off your own mind. It's something that's a very tricky skill to do, but just learning how to be like, hey, my mind's running too much. I'm thinking too much about what this girl's thinking or thinking too much about what so-and-so's thinking over here. But just truly flipping that switch off in your mind and being present and being in tune with your board and just feeling and being like, okay, I've done this on this wall before. I remember doing this and visualizing more than thinking, visualizing yourself landing your tricks and staying on and imagining what it would look like and manifesting that, you know, make basically by seeing yourself doing it before you actually landed and having it already pre-programmed in your head. This is how it's going to happen. This is how it's going to go down. And it happens. It does. Sometimes, you know, the adrenaline gets the best of you and you're pumping too hard and you de-pump a wall and you're like, rigid, trying to hang in there. Just remember the second that you could come back down and just be like, I'm still here. I'm on my board. You can get your power back and you can push back into the wall and get back and re-grounded with your skateboard to land that trick. And I guess that's how I've kept my consistency, is just really being in tune with my skateboarding and everything that's going on, like as far as the walls that are coming up and everything, and visualizing where my dots are going to connect and how I'm going to basically loop the needle through to make my line, you know? I don't know if that's kind of a crazy way of looking at it or what. Practice makes perfect too. That's another way to go about it. The more you practice, the more consistent things are going to become. It's going to end up being second nature. The more you do it, the easier it gets. That's just basic fundamentals of life. The more you work on something, it's easier. So just keep practicing, and the more time you put into it, the better results you'll get out. And that's what I hope to prove with my own skateboarding, I guess, too. Just out here doing my thing and trying to encourage other girls that, you know, they could be individual and don't have to conform to some cookie cutter lifestyle or style or something, you know, but they could be who they want, do what they want, skate how they want, look how they want, dress, talk, you know, whatever, and just have fun riding your skateboard, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And that's what I hope that this event brings, is all these girls get to skate with each other and have this camaraderie and hopefully build a creative originality for themselves, an individuality within that will give them, you know, something to carry out for the future, so that contests aren't just about, oh, what place am I going to get, what product am I going to get, oh, what sponsor is going to pick me up, who's going to be there, you know, just freaking skate, man, like, who cares? That's basically what this contest is about, is who cares, let's all have fun and ride our skateboards, and afterwards give each other a bunch of big hugs and figure out where the next spot we're all going to get to skate with each other again is, you know. aspect of competition as far as for the girls. When they do have an open event, it does make it difficult because you're like, there's an obvious skill level difference here, and the people in the audience notice it more than the skaters, because the skaters are just skating like it's another session. They're just having fun. But to the audience, to keep people entertained, it's hard when they see some younger amateur girl that would be the best in her top class of the AMs and looking better skating against these top pro girls. And these pro girls are doing tricks that they still have not even tried yet, and when there's that mix-up there, it shows the difference, but it makes it discouraging, I feel, as when I was an AM watching that and being like, oh, it made me more serious and kind of made me grow up too fast and maybe not have as much fun being an AM. And I did kind of turn pro at a young age and did accept that money when it came to me. And if other girls do that too, hey, just be careful your parents don't rip you off and try and take your paycheck from you and say, thanks for paying for the gas money, That's the only forewarning that I have, and where I made my mistake. But I kind of had no choice because my parents made all my decisions for me when I was a young adult. But I think that if you're an AM girl and you're coming up and you have a chance to win some money, possibly get yourself some nice new school clothes or a guitar or something to do for fun, that's cool too. And being pro is more than accepting money at a contest, and that's where there's been this fine line of where girls are looked at pro and AM. They said that I was pro because I won the girls' GBR contest and I accepted $500, but none of CB was not there, Mimi Noob, Lindsay Adam Hawkins, those girls weren't there, so technically it wasn't a pro contest, It was just an amateur girl winning a pro contest because none of those girls were there.